and he's standing right behind me, isn't he? Welcome to MCU, by the way. You're joining at a bit of a low point.
It had to be said. Somebody got to say it.
So we're literally hurting cats? Come here, kitty.
In session, I'm Mr. Guzman. Welcome to the classroom. Yes, today we're going to be ranking the 6 movies that came out during Phase 5. Basically, this is after Wakanda Forever, which was the last film in Phase 4. I don't think you guys are going to like my rankings that much, but I love my rankings, so that's okay with me. I went with the movies that I actually rewatch a lot, or would rewatch a lot if they were in my possession. Movies that I can just put on over and over again, and ones that I can't stop talking about when I talk about comic book movies with my other friends and stuff. Man, I love all these 6 movies. Every single one, even the first one I'm going to say, which is the last one. You might not like my rankings too much, but I'm being honest. This is the ones that I personally enjoy the most. And here we go. Number 6 on my personal list. Again, love this movie, but still, someone had to be at the bottom. And for me, it is Captain America: Brave New World. Brave New World was pretty sweet. One thing I didn't like about it was the fact that Red Hulk was only in it for a couple minutes, right? He was a really good looking CGI Red Hulk, but I only saw him a couple minutes, and a guy that has no super soldier serum, and a shield, and a little vibranium, I guess, was able to beat him? I really enjoyed the fighting scenes. When they were flying especially, and the way they used the choreography with his wings, with his shield, when he had Torres with him too. All that stuff was really cool to me. I did enjoy the Red Hulk. Again, part of it is just I wanted to see more of him. Another gripe I have with this movie, though, it really was a Hulk 2. It was a Hulk sequel. Think about it. You had his girlfriend, you had the dad of the girlfriend who hated him, Thunderbolt Ross, and you had the leader in there. So this movie was all the elements besides having Bruce Banner in it.
Welcome to the circus.
They substituted Sam Wilson for Bruce Banner. That's what they did. And it was pretty cool. I liked it. It was fun. But when I saw other movies on this list that are higher, it made me realize how much of an average good superhero movie this is. Again, I'm saying average good, not average bad like Madam Web and Morbius. I wasn't a big fan of those. Next up on my list, maybe even lower on some of your guys' lists, even though they're pretty low, is The Marvels. I am one of those people that actually really enjoyed The Marvels. I thought it was really funny, very lighthearted. Kamala's family and Kamala herself were probably my favorite parts of this movie.
Kamala, are you okay?
Everything she was in, especially the family and her, they were really funny. They had a great dynamic. I hope they have a season 2 of Ms. Marvel now. They have a lot of great chemistry, comedic chemistry, family, heartwarming chemistry. They did great, especially when they're figuring out their powers. That little montage was awesome. Photon, if that's what I call her, Captain Marvel in the comics, but Monica Rambeau to all of us that's seen WandaVision. I really liked her choreography the best. There's a scene where they're battling in Kamala's house, and she basically phases through one, and she has a really cool way to attack after she does that. The one thing I really didn't like about this movie was the villain. I thought the villain was very boring. I thought it was just very stereotypical villain. I'm going to be really angry when I talk with my stick. I just thought that they seemed like a good actor trying to act like a bad character. Not bad acting, but just like, it just didn't seem natural for them to be a villain. I wasn't a fan of the villain. And I say you need a good antagonist to have a good movie. I'm sorry, guys. But this movie is one that I know some of you have as number 1 on your list. For me, again, my top 4. I love this top 4. I think it's a fantastic top 4. Someone's got to go lower, right? And for this movie, my 4th spot is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right, I said it.
Yes. Oh, wait, don't throw things at me.
Move this man!
All right, I get it. A lot of you saying this should be number one. I get it. I enjoyed this movie. I like it a lot. I'm just saying the top 4 are very good, in my opinion. I watched these over and over again, including Deadpool Wolverine. It was a really good throwback to my childhood, not only for the movies having Hugh Jackman up in there, but also all the comic references when they went through the multiverse to find a new Wolverine, Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, very comic accurate Wolverine, even the fan service one of Henry Cavill Wolverine. 2 of the most perfect castings in comic book movie history is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. They're both great at these roles, and they both did a great job. The fans wanted this for a while. We wanted the yellow suit. We wanted to see what would happen if we got these 2 together. We wanted to always see Hugh Jackman Wolverine in the 616, which officially we haven't yet, but we'll be getting there soon. Don't worry, guys. I love the comedy in this one, dancing to Bye 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 in the beginning, the way they use the adamantium skeleton. Classic comedy, great choreography all the way around. Ryan Reynolds and his partner did a great job of writing this. I love how he had his whole family in there. If you didn't know, Lady Pool and the teenage Pool and the baby Pool were all his real wife and kids. Hugh Jackman, I think he is going to be doing this until he's 90. I believe this is one that was truly made for fans, truly made for us to wrap a bow around some of the Fox universe of X-Men, maybe even a little bit of Fantastic Four in there too.
Say what? Avengers! Flame on! Sorry, what now?
I love the cameos. If you still haven't seen it, I won't ruin them for you. But man, some of these cameos I was very surprised about. Just a great time all around. Again, love this movie. Maybe next week I'll change my mind and it'll be a little bit higher. Let me know if you think it should be higher in the comments. Right about now is one that some of you have as your final spot for the Phase 5 films, meaning the worst one. I think this is great. This is one of my favorite movies of all the MCU, and I think it gets a lot of hate, but I believe that Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania deserves the number 3 spot of the best films in Phase 5.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Ant-Man and Wasp was a great time. I thought it was a better Star Wars movie than the Star Wars movies that have been coming out the last few years. When I say it was one of the best Star Wars type movies, I mean it in this way. We went to a fantastical land. We went to the quantum realm that's kind of like way a galaxy far away in a way, similarities. We met some really cool people, as we do in Star Wars. We saw all kind of different costumes, a lot of different makeup, a lot of different CGI to show these different kind of beings that might be out there in the quantum realm or in outer space. I think Paul Rudd is one of the most underrated actors out there, especially in the MCU. And if you just watch Endgame and just watch Paul Rudd's performance throughout that movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
You're so big.
The one gripe with this movie, we needed some more Wasp up in there. Wasp was being awesome when she had a chance to be awesome, but we barely used some Wasp. I love Veb.
Veb, you just drank me.
I did what?
Oh, do you need some more ooze? Here, I can pour some ooze into your hole.
Kang the Conqueror looked really cool. I like how the beginning with the Welcome Back Cotter. I like the end scene where he's basically questioning if he really beat Kang or not. This movie, I really enjoyed the acting. I like the storytelling. I thought it had some good laughs. I even thought M.O.D.O.K would look okay, because M.O.D.O.K, what universe does M.O.D.O.K look normal? That's my question. I like the Ant-Man trilogy. I think it's one of the better trilogies out there too. Quantumania, watch it again. A lot of us that watched it right after we saw Wakanda Forever or Endgame, we might have not liked it as much because those movies were cinematic. Those were very, very good, just movies in general. And then if you go to a movie like Quantumania, I can see I could be a little let down, but check it out again and watch it just to enjoy it, not to criticize it. I think you'll actually enjoy it too. And coming in at the number 2 spot, The Silver Medalist, if you would. A movie that I recently saw and I enjoyed so much. I can't wait to go watch it again. I can't wait till I can watch it every day if I wanted to. Is the new movie Thunderbolts ***. And if you guys have seen the movie, you know it's actually a different title.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
Thunderbolts was a fantastic movie, guys. Great writing. It reminds me of Phase 1 and Phase 2, where it was really about the characters. The characters, unwrapping them. What makes these characters tick? What makes them get up in the morning? What makes them do what they do? What is their flaws? And what are their strengths? This was a great deep dive into mental health. I like this movie too because one of the most damaged people was the least damaged of them, being Bucky, Winter Soldier. Getting everyone together to see that they are better than what they think they are. Because if you watch the movie, they're all pretty down on themselves. Every single person in this movie. And Winter Soldier is a perfect person to go through that because he is relatable to them because he was an assassin for years. He went through all this trauma. He also went through therapy. And he's one of the few ones that probably have done that and know what it's like to get on the other side of that depression, on the other side of that anxiety, on the other side of that mental mess that happens at times, even if it comes back. It reminded me of the old days where there was humor.
It's like your mind is somewhere else.
Great action, great choreography. They didn't rely on CGI to make it better. When there was CGI in this movie, it did enhance the scenes that they were in. It wasn't like what I thought Phase 4 was, where every time we got to the third act, it seemed that it had to be a CGI battle. It had to be a lot of special effects. It had to be a lot of, world-ending powers going on. I liked where there was a big threat, but it was beat by empathy and things of this nature. If you've seen the movie, I won't spoil it, but I just really enjoyed from start to finish how they told this story, how they brought everyone together and they were there for each other because all the people were basically loners that were going through some trauma, depression, etc., etc. And I love that they found family within each other. They found strength within each other. And they even were able to beat one of the most God-level, Thanos-level threats we've seen in the MCU thus far in the century. If you haven't seen it yet, the longest post-credit scene in the MCU thus far. And it's a post-credit scene unlike Phase 4 where I really, truly believe that it's going somewhere. This is a movie I don't think was on a lot of people's radar. And now I think it is because the word of mouth, the coconut wireless, as we say here, is very, very positive about this one. If you want to see what we're talking about, go check it out. Help those box office numbers. All right, the number one spot. The one, if you've been keeping track of, you probably already know which movie it is, but this is my favorite by far, even better than number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combined. I thought this was the flagship for Phase 5, and it was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. The Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to me was almost as perfect of a superhero movie as you can make. We had our flawed characters dealing with whatever they were dealing with. We had some new people introduced. One of my favorites from the comic books is Adam Warlock. The antagonist, as I said before, the antagonist is very important. If you don't have a good antagonist, the movie usually suffers or is not as good. The antagonist of this movie, the High Evolutionary, was amazing. Oh my goodness, he was just evil, this guy. And just the biggest narcissist.
It's no God! That's why I stepped in!
The main protagonist of the group was Rocket. James Gunn said he was actually the hidden protagonist in all the Guardians movies, but in this one it was very, very obvious. Man, I was so emotionally invested in these animals that could talk. Man, and if you guys just like animals in general, I think PETA even loved this movie too. If you know the company PETA, not the one from Hunger Games, the company, the group, the nonprofit. I liked even the ending, how they left it with the new type of group that might be going on, how Star-Lord is finally going to be on a journey that he's been putting off for many years, how other people in the group are going to be moving on in other ways as well. It was a great bow that James Gunn put on this movie to wrap up this trilogy, wrap up these characters we saw across other movies as well.
Retrace your step. They should live with us forever.
A great way for James Gunn to say goodbye to the MCU after he took the job being the new head of DCU. I'm a huge fan of how James Gunn uses these misfits, uses these random characters that most people haven't heard about and make them into household names that we care about. Just to see the evolution of these characters that we didn't know that well. Great movie to let people know that Marvel wasn't going anywhere. The battle where they used No Sleep Until Brooklyn. Amazing point of view shots, and the way the camera moved, just really, really cool. Check it out. If you don't even know Guardians 3, do yourself a favor. Watch this movie, and you'll be as impressed as I am.
I'm done running.
That's my rankings for the Phase 5 movies. Let me know who your rankings are in the comments, and I will see you next period.
Shoo! Shoo! Shoo!